Hello, D Tommy, live and direct. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to show in this video, and if you haven't done it, this should be eye-opening to you, especially if you're interested in cryptocurrency and you're a Windows person. This will make you fall in love with your Windows machine. The problem with Windows is that sometimes it runs very slow, but partly because all the RAM is taken up and a lot of background processes that run in the background. Windows itself runs a lot of processes in the background, and these things take up your RAM. They affect the speed of the machine. I had that same experience, and I checked to see the processes that were running in the background, and I was overwhelmed with all the different processes running in the background. I saw all of the let me increase the sound. I saw all of the RAM that the machine was taking up, and I was like, man, this is not cool, right? It made me want to just switch to Apple or a Linux machine, spin up a virtual machine, work in the cloud, and we'll get to that soon. Why you should always work in the cloud. Keep your computer clean. The cloud is, you're basically computing in the cloud, and so you can have all kinds of software in the cloud. Some of those machines do cost though. Okay, per month they do cost. There is a cost associated with it. However, if you're affiliated with a business like myself and you buy it through me, you can have access to your computer off any web browser, and I will show you this. But for right now, this is the computer that I really keep clean. I don't have much on this. Very GPUs. We do some gaming on this. We do some all kinds of stuff. So I don't like to download a bunch of stuff to this. I do have, let me see, the major programs that I've downloaded. I've actually downloaded Visual Studio and also Unity, both community editions. I also have Python Idle. That's about it. I downloaded Google Chrome because that is my #1 web browser. But for this install, you might as well give credit to Windows. And so basically, you come to this website, and you need to enter this command in your PowerShell. So basically you can just copy it. Now I've already ran the command, so I'm going to do it again, but I'm just going to show you. You just copy it, and then you pull up your PowerShell. The fastest way to get to your PowerShell is by right-clicking on the window, and you'll see PowerShell. Now, you right-click, that's it. Now when you hit enter, I'm not going to hit enter because I've already hit enter, so I'm going to delete all that out. But when you hit enter, it's going to get your machine ready to actually have Windows or Linux. And so it's going to download for about 10 minutes or so. Pretty powerful to actually have Linux. It's going to be so cool. So I'm about to do it. I've done it on another machine, but I've never done it on this machine. But once you do that, you'll have to restart. And so now all I got to do is go to the store and find it. So I'm just going to click here. I think this is going to be the store yet. It should take me to the store. I'm listening to Nujabes. Shout out to Nujabes. Good stuff. It's free. Obviously, Ubuntu is a free software. Alright? So this is like, instead of Windows, Ubuntu. But we're going to be running Ubuntu in the command shell. We don't really need the desktop and all that good stuff. Alright? Really good stuff. So you just click install, but you gotta enter that command in the shell first. Okay. I don't know how long it's going to take. It may not take that long. Okay, actually, it's not taking that long at all. So They have some other things as well that you can load. But then again, you know, on some computers you want to keep clean. You don't want to download a bunch of stuff. Like this machine, I try to keep as clean as I can. I do a lot of when I need speed and when I need to do work in the cloud. I can use this machine because I just don't want to download a bunch of stuff in this machine. We're trying to get this machine really powerful and strong and secure, so we don't really want to do that. So now it looks like it's downloaded okay. I'm just going to hit launch. Installing, this may take a few minutes. Okay, we're going to keep our eye on that. It's okay that it's going to take a few minutes. We're going to wait this out and see. Now what I am suggesting though, or what I do want to show you guys is as that's doing its thing, the install, I forget how long the install was. And even if it's automatic or if they ask me questions or not. That's what we'll probably see. You're gonna like this though. In the meantime, I'm gonna spin up my Jupyter notebook that is affiliated with the supercomputer, so I can log into my supercomputer anywhere around the world and get it up and running. So I'm going to enter that in right here. Actually, I have my bookmarks there. Actually, I'm having trouble here. Let me see. It still wants to. I don't know why it's doing that. Here. Okay. Anyway, actually, it's not really that high, but you enter this Jupyter.mathematical.google. Now, when you order one of these, if you want to order one of these, you'll get your own little subdomain name, and then .mathematical.google, and we can get yours up and running. So it's the base forge image, right? Click accept. I'm just gonna get straight to it. It's actually some of the steps here. You gotta enter in, just enter your password here. Nice strong password. And I'm in. Okay. I'm gonna look at an example that I was looking at last time. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the baseball data frame. I'll look at the data frame example here. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna just look at some examples of let's see. So, before we get into this, I'm going to show you how to create the markdown statement. Really easy. You got a cheat sheet that gives you all of the different ways to do that. And here I was actually just testing out how fast it is when you run a Python code. If you just put %time, after it executes the code, it tells you how fast it took to execute the code. I mean, so just to let you know, like if you spin this up on your local machine and you enter in this command, basically you're counting. In fact, we could just count it straight from. In fact, I'm gonna count it from zero to 101. That's actually 101 times. How fast did it take? 10 milliseconds. It's kind of a lot of time. Let me see if I do it again. Maybe that was 4.7 milliseconds. The system took 0 nanoseconds unrecorded. Okay, that's off the charts. It's very, very fast. The user was 4 milliseconds. The total time was 4.7 milliseconds of all time. Now, that just lets you know how reliable and fast the Jupyter notebook that's running in the cloud 24/7. You can access this. You can access this through. Get this straight. You can access this through the through your cell phone. It's some capabilities of that, and I can demonstrate that. Let me go back to my Jupyter notebook. Please create a default Unix user account. The username does not need to match your Windows name. It's just going to be details. Enter a new Unix password. I always get stuck on this part. Oh man, it's done. It is done. I have nothing in my I have nothing in my home directory. Let's go back. Let's do a CD back home. One user. CD back home again. Then this is the root directory. Clean. Look at that. Brand new computer. Inside my Windows computer, I now have Ubuntu. This is where you can fool around. You can do some Bitcoin operations. You can spin up a server. You can do whatever you want. If I go, in fact, the shortcut to get back to your home directory, I believe, is CD tilde. That will put you back in your home directory. And if I just do a quick PyCode, let's do. Let me think. I always feel like some kind of hacker guy when I used VI. But we're going to do just a simple little code. Actually, we're going to make a folder first. Make so now I do have a folder called Python codes. I just created that directory, and now I'm going to do inside. I'm going to cd into Python codes. So I'm in there. It's empty, totally empty, nothing inside. Now I'm going to create a little code snippet. I'm going to go into VI editor. That's the text editor. And I'm going to call this triangle.py. The system is booted up with Python everything, so you know you're good right here. I could also install Conda. Alright, now Conda will give me all kinds of stuff. IPython, all of that, right here, locally, on my own separate machine. So if I do an insert, I can enter in the code. So for I in the range, this is always like my tab. In Python, you need to use space bar. I need to go over 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got to do. So this is going to give me iterate the I from 0 to 9, basically 10 times from 0 to 9 is 10, and it's going to be print $, and then times I. So the first time though, this code is kind of whack because it doesn't print it. It doesn't print it the first time because obviously if you do $ times 0, you're gonna have a blank line. But $ times 1 will give me this string 1 time, this string twice, so on and so forth, 10 times. That's my code. I'm gonna save this code. Right, quit. Now let's list inside what's inside my folder, triangle.py. I can list it another way too. This is a nice little handy trick. If you do list tick long, it will give you the long format of everything that's inside your list. Everything's there. But I'll even show you how to find the hidden files. You know, it's still on Windows though, right? They might have some hidden files. Don't worry. In Linux, we can even see the hidden files. We can see everything, okay? We can even see the stuff that we're not supposed to see, and that's why people prefer Linux, because you just have greater control over the computer. You are truly the master of the computer. You are now God of the electrical currents flowing. However, though, this may not be all that secure, depending on, but you can see everything that's going on, and there's nothing really going on. It's totally clean. No need to be paranoid when you're using the computer. So anyway, I'm going to do list, and basically I have a code in there. Now I'm going to run this code. I'm going to do python triangle.py. Actually, I have to specify that it's Python 3. So I have Python 3, not just any Python, Python 3. And it ran my code perfectly. Alright, this is pretty neat. This is basically just, I gotta get a better name for this computer though. I thought I renamed it. For some reason I never did. We thought of a name for this computer, but we never officially gave it its name. So that's why it has this name, which is going to be changed so that it's not that name anymore. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the home directory. In fact, you can even get to the root directory by hitting CD/. Now I'm at the root directory there. I don't even have to log in as this sudo root guy. And then all I have to do is enter in the password for that. Oh, maybe I don't even have a root user. That doesn't make sense. Just sudo ss. I'm there. I am the guy now. Here we go. List it out. What's in there? It actually brought me to. It brought me to the directory where I'm currently at. Let me see if I can. Now, okay. It was bringing me in the current directory, the tilde, and now it put me to the root of all roots. Like, I need to get back to who I am, and I need to show this guy. I had too many commands on the screen, so we're gonna get out of there. But getting back to what we were discussing, Ubuntu is awesome to have. There's a reason why you should have it if you want to do some of the other projects that we're going to be discussing. In particular, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency. I happen to have something pretty valuable. It's one of the first versions of Bitcoin. Alright, it has some of the original code in it. And this is back from like 2011 when I got into Bitcoin. Alright, it was starting to shoot up. It was like 40 bucks, 50 bucks, and then it just shot up to 80, and there was just a frenzy. And once it hit 80, the FBI seized it. They seized Mt. Gox. But they didn't seize Bitcoin because it still existed. It just didn't exist in Mt. Gox anymore. It was a huge thing back then. But maybe we could discuss these things in the end. In fact, I might even just put it up on my GitHub I'll accept donations in Bitcoin for that folder. And I've checked the internet. You can't really see it anywhere. It's not around. The original version of Bitcoin I have, and it works. It works. All right. I will have to do that in some other video. I'm not going to put it on this computer, but I could. But I'm probably going to show that in some future video. It's pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, basically back to this real quick. I'm going to enter in a markdown. D. Thomas Jupyter Notebook demo, and then I'm going to enter in I have to enter in my company's name. On the internet. I'll put in it's fast, efficient, access, and reliable. Also put in actually, all of these should be bullets because I'm trying to show off my markdown skills, which are basically a work in progress. But I know it's something like that. And then here's another one I like to use. In fact, the cool thing about this is I can publish this directly to my web. It could be anything on my web, PDF, you name it, publishable, all of that good stuff. Share it on LinkedIn. That's what they will see. People want to just get your work and see your work, right? You have to prove yourself. So I can play that game. I don't have any problems with playing that game. We're not about to cheat. We're about to play by the rules. Follow the law. And I'll put it, check out a quick demo showcasing the speed of Python and different environments and libraries. You're probably going to want to know what is on this supercomputer that you speak of. Accessible. I don't even know if that's how you spell it. I need a spell check. I think I'm supposed to have a spell check too. I don't know if I toggled it or not. So this is my markdown. In fact, let me put this in there. Here's my markdown. This is what it looks like. And when I hit run the cell, I get that. What you can't see is this block of code. Actually, let me go back to markdown. Let's go back to code. And go back to Markdown. Run it. Or execute it. Okay. So probably what you can see is that line there. That's just a kind of a block in order to do a block. And I'm going to cut some of these out. And then this is actual. This is the actual demo. In fact, how can I move it up and then move it up again? Okay. And so what I did was I took a string and then dot format I, and I ran a counter, so it prints it out 101 times, so starting from 0 to 100. And from 0 to 100, how fast did it take us to do this? 4.79 milliseconds. And it probably could go even faster. Maybe that could be the average time. I don't know. We can run it again and see. That time it took a little longer, but 5 seconds, 4 milliseconds is extremely fast. I've tried this little test on other machines, and it took a lot longer. So if I did this, actually, I mean, off the charts. Well, this was a small type of loop, so very simple loop. So the speed at which it executed was really, really fast. Some other things that we can do. So if I go to New Notebook, I already have my environments. It's Python 3 Bash, Octave. That is mathematical in nature. You can do a lot of matrix operations. You can even do electronical type of work. It's kind of like a free version of an open source of MATLAB and all of those different things. This is the quantum computer Python code, where you can code in quantum. It's on IBM. Everybody loves Python 2, and you guessed it, R. So you can actually call R on Python 3. And so because this is in my on my computer, I could actually import anything on the computer. Even though I'm in the cloud, I can import it. So when I go back to my home directory, it doesn't matter where I am. I can upload stuff onto my virtual computer and move it around if I wanted to. Even if I were to call in Bash. In fact, I don't want to do Bash here. I want to do the real Bash. So I'm going to close this and halt it. I want to go. I'll leave this out. This is good stuff. I'll save this. I like this. This is kind of neat. You know, looking kind of professional. And if I were to do download as HTML, and I can just upload it to the web. I can download it in any kind of way. It's a markdown file, even a PDF, which would be pretty neat. So those are the different things you can do right now. Print, preview, what have you. But if I go back to home, these are the things that's running. But if I go back to home and I do a new, I go to Bash terminal. Who am I? I'm logged in as this guy called Jupiter. Hostname. Okay, that's not important, but that's the name of the computer that I'm on right now. Okay, list. That didn't work. List. It listed all the different things. I know this is really messy. That's kind of like my desktop. Will they let me sudo into? I'm gonna get out of that. Let me go back. I'm not entering nothing in like that right now. But let's go into a folder. Let me see where do I want to go? You see that? I just went back. I just went back again. Those are my 3 users. I can probably go back even further. See what's going on? I'm inside my computer now. If I go into shadow, actually VI into shadow. Oh, I know, I actually don't even have permission to do this. Which, I don't even want permission anymore. I just want to get back to where I belong. Notebooks. And there I am. I'm back in business. You can also run C commands, all of this good stuff in there. Okay, so this was my video basically showing you the different ways to get Linux access on Windows. 2 major ways we saw today. And I will add that, in fact, if I go back to here, actually, it's starting at 60 per year. Listen to me. This thing has saved my life. There was a time when I needed this device working. I have TensorFlow on this machine. I have all sorts of projects on this machine, and there was a time where I was away from home. I needed to access a document. I was able to just log in directly to the internet, and I was good to go. And if you don't believe me, I could log in directly through Windows. Actually, let me put in the site. It's Jupyter.mathematical. And once I log in, my thing is still running. Wait a minute, I don't know why I did that. I didn't mean to do that. But here it is again. I can go back to my terminal. Go to your start page. No. And it's all because the it's actually is secure. See, that's a HTTPS. But the reason why I'm getting this notice is because it doesn't have a certificate. And we'll add the stupid certificate so it doesn't do that, but it doesn't have the certificate. But it's still there. And it still works. And this is the Internet Explorer. Microsoft Edge, DTOMI, Live and Direct. So these are the ways that if you have Windows, you still can have access to a Linux machine without using a virtual machine or a workstation, VM or workstation. Although those are really good. Those are good if you need that. But you don't necessarily need that if you're in Windows. You can do your work here in the cloud. There's tons of space. You can run internet websites, as many pages as you want, hundreds of thousands of web pages, all for free. Okay, static pages. And if you have this machine, you can run a live dynamic web page. You can host your own servers off of this for starting at $60 per year. Full-fledged capabilities and computer accessible. The uptime always going. You heard it here first, folks. B. Tommy. Later on, we'll get into some of the crypto currency, Bitcoin. I'll show you my GitHub page where I'm going to be hosting the one of the original versions of Bitcoin that still works. Of course, it still works. The blockchain, though, to actually download the entire blockchain, it would take about a month of running in order to download that. But you have to find that blockchain that has all of the ledgers, and you have to download that, and then you're good. And they're saying that it's getting huge. It's like it's I don't know how many gigabytes it is now, but if you don't do that, don't worry, it'll just download it for you. But it is the original Bitcoin version. So if you wanted to make your own coin or modify your own Bitcoin thing, you can use that source code. I have it. I will be uploading it soon. This is not a game. I'm going. Get in touch with me.